Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUp Work Studio. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you one of the newest AI rendering engines that's called Vscam.ai in rendering. So in Google Chrome environment, you can see the main environment of this website. Very simple and easy. You can type Vscam.ai on your system and you can reach to this type of website in here. So in the SketchUp environment, we have some sketchy house in this place, and I changed the style of it from the style option. So I will click on the scene number 1 in this place, and I take some export on my desktop in here, as you can see, something like that. So now I want to convert it to the render, but I don't know how. For creating some type of realistic renders like this, you must write many lines about the prompt and orders to the AI rendering. So I will open the Google Chrome in this place, and I want to click on the house file in here. Vscam.ai will load for me like that. So this is the image that I uploaded before this tutorial. So as you can see, very simple and easy, we can upload these type of images in here, and you can use the free trial of these website in here. So first of all, we have some setting in the right side about the create option. First one related to the prompt. So I have some prompt on my clipboard, so I will hold Ctrl and V to add my descriptions. For example, could you create a realistic rendering of a house surrounded by lush green trees with beautiful lighting from the sun in high definition? So I will edit it. The house facade combines wood and concert, and there is an eye-catching rainbow in the sky behind the house. The house is located inside the jungle. So I want to imagine these descriptions in my mind, and I need some realistic render, but I don't know Vscam.ai how can work for me. So we have two modes in here, render and refine. If you click on the refine, you can change the drawing influence. And when you click on the render mode, you can change your rendering style from Vscam general to the automotive interiors, volume renders, pastel renders, or Technicolor 6. I prefer to don't change it from, for example, Vscam general to any type of things like that. So I want to use the Vscam general in this place. Drawing influence can be a little bit lower, like the 90%. And I want to click on the generate in here. I want to see the result of it, and is that really true AI can replace with the architecture softwares like the Enscape or V-Ray? I don't think so, but I want to try it right now to see what happens. So as you can see, the render of this image is something like that, and it's totally not bad. But when you click on the confirm option, you can change some type of things like that and add some type of edits on it. But before we do this job, I want to save this file, so I want to click on the in this place and export it like the image full HD quality, and this is the final result that you can see in here, something like that. Let's get to work with the SketchUp. So I will open the SketchUp in here, click on the paint bucket in this place, click on the style option in model, and I want to select the simplest style, and everything is done for me right now. So I want to click on the start Enscape. But before I start Enscape, I want to add some type of trees to my environment. For this reason, I'm going to open the Enscape asset library in this place, or I can don't touch it and click on the start Enscape to see what happened. As you can see, I want to compare that Enscape is good or AI rendering now can be replaced with the architectural softwares. So if you like this video till now, please subscribe our YouTube channel for more tutorials. This is the Enscape environment that we have in this place. I want to press L on my keyboard, and now I have lots of objects in this place at my left of my screen. So I will click on the categories, change it to the vegetation, select the multi-asset placement, change the text to the trees, and I want to select some of these trees completely randomly. So for example, this one and this one, for example. So now I want to click on the bucket selection and add it to my environment to see what happens. Something like that will create it and generate it for us. You can increase the density of it, very simple and easy, something like that, and click on the regenerate if you want some unique renders. I want to click on the confirm placement and apply changes. So everything is good for me till now. So I want to continue my rendering to see what happened at the next. So I will close it in here and move it inside of my environment, very simple and easy, something like that. We have some simple house in here like this, but we don't know how to close the shots and frames in here. So something like that is really good. I want to turn on the 2-point perspective, turn on the save frame in here, and I want to click on the visual setting and decrease the field of view to focus a little bit on my house. So some number about 70 degrees is really good for us. So I want to hold shift and right click and change the time of the day near to the morning, something like that, for example, something like this, maybe something like this one. And I want to click on the visual setting, skybox, and turn off the cyrus amount, variety, and density of my clouds to see more clear sky in my render. Very simple like that. I can turn all of them off, and now I can play with the sun position to reach to some good results for my realistic rendering. For example, maybe something like that can be really useful. I can hold Ctrl and U to change the time of the day. Something like that, for example, is really wonderful. So I will click on the visual setting, move it to this place, turn on the depth of field. I only want to focus on my house, so I can play with the focal point and hold this shiny line on my facade design in here. Some number about 25.74 meter is really good, and I can decrease the depth of field to the 9%. So exposure related to the brightness of the house, so I can increase it a little bit to see more exposure, some number about 56, and in the image bar I can turn on the auto contrast and increase the saturation to see more lights in my environment, something like that. I want a little bit cold render so I can test the color temperature, or I can decrease it to see some results like that. Motion blur is not useful, and lens flare is not really useful right now. So I will turn on the lens flare near to the 0, vignette is not really useful, and chromatic aberration completely 0. So I will click on the atmosphere, turn off the fog option because we don't need any type of fog right now, and sun brightness is some number about 69% is really good. Night sky brightness not really useful, but shadow sharpness. Look at these places in here. This time really, if I want to say near to the morning, something about maybe 6 a.m. So we usually have some sharp shadows. You can increase the shadow sharpness to see more results in your 3D environment like that, very simple and easy. For example, 81 is really good. Artificial light brightness is really not useful in here, and ambient brightness is not really useful right now. So I will come to the output, change my file format to the JPG, and everything is done for me right now. So I want to minimize the Enscape environment in here and go to the SketchUp environment in this place. I have these three in the left side, so I can move it a little bit in here, like that, near to the camera, and move it to the downside a little bit, something like that, for example, can be not bad. So I will click on the this place and move these three a little bit on the red direction, some type of result like that I need in my realistic rendering. And asset placement is really good right now, and I want to change the texture setting. So I will click on the material bar on my default tray and Enscape material editor. Everything is good, so I want to click on the sample paint and pick up my favorite texture in here. So this is the water in this place. I can turn on the wind setting and turn the wind intensity to the 0. If you want some clear reflection of this house on your water, you can decrease the wave height like that to see more clear reflection on your water surfaces. So 4% for here, and the scale is about 4, something like that is really wonderful. You can change the watercolor to some color like the for example blue, to see what happening here. Caustic intensity related to the brightness that refer to other surfaces from the water. So when I increase it, you can see some little changes, but it's not really too high to feel by the eyes. So if you want some realistic water, always take some scale on your water parameter and wave setting. For example, 27, not very bad, and you can see the wave on your water, very simple and easy. And you can increase the intensity about 9 to see what happened in here. Play with these settings to see what happened in your renders. It really helps you. So everything is good for me. I only want to check out some of these materials in this place. So I can click on it, click on this place and add it to my environment, something like that, to fix some problems, some little problems in here actually. So I can pick up these texture in here, very simple, and move it a little bit to this place. I don't need this type of clear reflection on my glasses, so I can increase the roughness to see some faded reflections, about 36%, and opacity near to the 46%, something like that, and you can see the background of your house. So I can turn it to the frosted glasses. For example, imagine the winter morning with some high power sun, and it really helps you in your 3D renders. So everything is good for us right now, and I think time for the rendering, but I can change some of these settings in the background. For example, the scale of these trees, something like that, can be really make your jobs much realistic. Trust me, because it's completely related to the experience you have in the rendering, and I'm sure if you look at these videos, you can reach to the best result in the rendering. So I can play with the sunlight to see some more changes. For example, something like that one is not bad in here. And I can click on the asset library, click on the people in here, and change it to the female, for example, or male. It completely depends on you. It's only for the tutorial and training. So for example, imagine someone want to use this pool, so we need some related texture and object. So I think something like this one, for example, can be really good. So I can add it in here, select it, use the scale option and rescale this object in here. So the result is something like that. So I can select it and rotate it a little bit. I need another people, but this time I need some male. So I can check the mailbox in here, and something like, for example, I think this one can be really good. So I can select it like that, rotate it, and rescale it. Very simple and easy you can do this job. So I can click on the apply changes, and you can see the final result, something like that, and it's really wonderful and realistic. So other type of options related to you, how you want to use the objects in your environment, but I think it's enough for this one, and everything is done for us right now. I only want to render my project, so I want to make this render a little bit brighter than it, add some outline to my render, and increase the rendering quality to the ultra to see what happened. I want to click on the screenshot button and save it on my desktop and press save. As you can see, this process I think take, for example, 10 minutes of your time, but you can reach, I don't say super realistic render like the previous tutorials, but you can reach to some type of DK and good tutorial and result from your projects and architectural jobs. For example, when you use the vscom.ai, the result is something like that. I type many type of prompts in here with the good grammar to see what happened to the AI mind, but the result is really not satisfying, and it completely depends on you. That's my private and personal opinion about this thing. Please comment your opinion. You prefer to render with the AI, or you prefer to render with, for example, Enscape, V-Ray, Corona, or any type of motor renders right now. So thanks for your watching, guys. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. So touch the button, please, and subscribe us. Thanks for your watching, and goodbye.